Hello everyone, I'm Seema Chan. Today I'm here. Today I have a question for all of you people, that why love is so important for all of us. What is the basic importance of love in our life? If you would ask from me, love is more important than money. You work to provide for yourself and your family. Having the love of someone is really very important, because humans are very sociable. We the people are sociable, and it is very important to have close relationships with people you can always turn to. So why is love important? Not only for the thriving of our own relationships, but for our own feelings of self-worth. Love is important because it is the foundation, the basic foundation of all the other emotions we feel in a relationship. The lack of love can be the source of negative emotions we feel. So basically, love is the most important ingredient of our life recipe. But what about the lovesick people or excessive love? Excessive love will hurt the personality of the child. And while raising babies, parents must remember that there is no such thing as too much affection, too much attention, or too much care. When contemplating the most appropriate ways to meet your child's need, remember always that it is impossible to give your baby too much love. It's perfectly okay to throw a caution to the wind. It is the essential thing for every child that he should face the tough reality in life along with love and affections from the parents. Maybe you have heard pure metals come out from the ore after boiling at very high temperatures. So it's true in human life. A person, a child can express his or her qualities after facing and overcoming obstructions. Just like a plant grown in nutrient-rich soil and plenty of water from the beginning never developed any hard wooden structure inside. So every child should face the tough reality in life. And this is all just possible that while showing their love to their kids, their tenderness, their pure deepest emotions to the kids, they should also teach moral values and the true meaning of the life to their children. And it really works and has more impact. So today we are here to discuss a very interesting story written by James Herriot. Name of the story is A Triumph of Surgery. So what is the meaning of triumph? Triumph of surgery. A triumph means a great victory or achievement. So triumph of surgery means a victory in the surgery. So what is the meaning of, what is the relevance of triumph of surgery here? And what is the story behind this title? Let's read it out. This is the story of a small dog named Tricky. Tricky is pampered and overfed by his rich mistress. He falls seriously ill. And his mistress consults a veterinary surgeon. So does he perform an operation? Does the dog recover? Let's find out. Let me introduce the summary of this chapter to you first of all. Tricky, a small dog, who is the pet of a rich lady named Mrs. Pumphrey. She loves her dog very much and is unable to refuse him anything he wants. Tricky is fond of eating ice creams, cakes, chocolates. So one day when Mrs. Pumphrey is out with Tricky for a walk, the narrator sees them While talking to Mrs. Pumphrey, he realizes that she has been overfeeding Tricky and also had been giving him things that he shouldn't eat, due to which Tricky had started looking like a blotted sausage. Soon, Tricky got unwell. Mrs. Pumphrey has to call Mr. Harriot, the narrator, for the help. She does not want to send him away, but the only way suggested by Mr. Harriot is to get him hospitalized at least for 15 days. Then the story unfolds into how he gets well. So, read out the text. So, let's find out the mystery behind the chapter Tramp of Surgery. This wonderful story is written by writer James Alfred White, known by the pen name James Harriot. He was a British veterinary surgeon and writer who used his many years of experiences as a veterinary surgeon to write a series of books, each consisting of stories about animals and their owners. He is best known for these semi-autobiographical works, beginning with If Only They Could Talk in 1970, which spawned a series of movies and television series. So basically our story starts when Mrs. Pumphrey, a rich lady, takes her dog out for a walk. A nearby veterinary doctor who knows the lady sees the dog and is shocked as he sees that the dog was looking like a blotted sausage with the leg at each end. He advises her, when he looked at the condition of the dog, to stop giving him all the unhealthy things. But Mrs. Pumphrey, she was unable to refuse him. Soon, Tricky falls sick and the doctor is called. The name of the narrator, the doctor we have, is Mr. Harriot. The narrator starts telling us that how he was worried about Tricky, a pet dog. The narrator, Mr. Harriot, stops his car as he sees Tricky with his mistress on the road. As the narrator is shocked to see Tricky because he was looking like a blotted sausage, he has become very fat. His eyes were red and watery. Mrs. Pumphrey, Tricky's owner, starts giving explanations. She told Mr. Harriot that she thought that Tricky was malnourished because he did not have any energy or excitement. She told him that she used to give him malt, cod liver, oil and bowl of Horlicks at night, apart from his regular meals, so that he could sleep at night. Although she gave him so much to eat, she says that she doesn't give him much to eat. So then the narrator asks her if she had cut down on his sweets as he had asked her to do, which she replies that she did it for a while, but she felt that he was getting weaker, because of which she had to stop being so harsh with him. Also, she mentioned that she is unable to refuse his cake, chocolates, as those were his favorite things. The narrator understood Tricky's problem. The dog was very greedy and could eat at any time of the day. That was the only reason of his condition. He did not know how to say no to the food when his stomach was full. Narrator also thought to himself of all the things that Mrs. Pumphrey would not have mentioned, which she felt tricky. Again, the narrator asked Mrs. Pumphrey whether Tricky was exercising, to which Mrs. Pumphrey replies that she does take him out for walks once in a while, but he is not playing his ring throwing exercise, as the gardener who takes him out to play is not coming these days because of his pain in his lower back. So I tried to sound severe. Now, I really mean this. So the narrator tried to talk seriously to Mrs. Pumphrey that if she did not control Tricky's eating habits and increased his exercises, he would soon fall ill. He told her that she should stay strong and strict with him and put him on a diet. Mrs. Pumphrey accepted that although she knew that Mr. Harriot was right, but it was too difficult for her to refuse him for anything. But then she left the place as if she was now ready to follow the new routine properly. Mr. Harriet was watching them go and looking at Tricky walking unsteadily. He was not able to walk smoothly. Narrator was also looking at the tweed coat that Tricky was wearing. He had a wardrobe full of these coats. Can you imagine? A dog was having a wardrobe of coats and also raincoat for the rainy days. So this line also suggests that Mrs. Pumphrey was a rich lady as she had a lot of money to spend on her dog. But the narrator knew the soon that he would be receiving a call about Tricky falling ill. And it came. The call came after a few days. Mrs. Pumphrey, she was very upset as Tricky was not eating anything, not even his favorite dishes, and was vomiting frequently. He didn't even want to do anything. So being a veterinary doctor, the narrator knew that only way to get Tricky well was to get him out of that house, at least for a few days. He then suggested Mrs. Pumphrey that it would be good to get Tricky hospitalized and keep him under observation, at least for 15 days minimum. Upon hearing Miss Pumphrey, she was nearly fainted. She was sure that if Tricky did not see her every day, he would surely die. But the narrator, he kept his words. He told her that this was the only option as Tricky was very ill. Miss Pumphrey was crying. At that moment, narrator went into the house and he took the dog, he wrapped it in a blanket and put him in the car. The entire staff of the house was roused, maids rushed in, out bringing his day bed, night bed, favorite cushion, toys, rubber rings, breakfast bowl, lunch ball, super ball, a number of things. As soon as the narrator reached the hospital, all the other dogs gathered round the doctor. Tricky looked at all of them, and when the doctor put him down on the carpet, he couldn't even move. Other dogs, they sniffed him and thought to themselves that he was a very uninteresting object and that there was no use standing there, and they all left. The narrator made the bed for Tricky in a warm box along with other dogs. For next 2 days, narrator kept him just on water and nothing else. Second day, he roamed around looking at the place, and on the third day, he was also making noise to let the people in the hospital know how he too wanted to go out with the other dogs. When the narrator opened the door, Tricky quickly came out and was surrounded by Joe, who was a greyhound, and his friends. Again, after sniffing him for a moment, all of them left for the garden, where Tricky followed them. Later in the evening, narrator was present at the dinner and was watching all of them, especially Tristan, as he was slooping the food. All of them were eating the great speed because they knew that if they don't finish quickly, that other dog, after finishing his meal, would come to eat their meal. So when everybody finished their food, Tricky went around looking at the shining balls and also licked at the few balls. Very next day, an extra ball was put for him. The very next day, an extra ball was put for him, and the narrator was happy to see him running ball was put for him, and the narrator was happy to see him running towards his ball. When he started getting better really quick, he did not require any medicines and started playing with the other dogs the whole day. They all used to play with each other, bump into each other, walk over each other, squash each other. It was so good to see him. All of the other dogs accepted him as a family member, although he was very different from others as he was very well taken care of by his owner and the others were not. All this while, Mrs. Pumphrey used to call more than 12 times a day to inquire about Tricky. Mr. Harriet used to avoid questions about the good, bad, etc., etc. But he told her that Tricky was doing very good. and was recovering so fast. Miss Pumphrey wanted Tricky to recover fast. She started sending 2 dozen eggs every day for him. But Mr. Harriet and his parents, his partners, would have 2 eggs each for breakfast. Then, to improve the quality of blood, Mrs. Pumphrey started sending him bottles of wine. Then it became Mr. Harriet's habit to have 2 glasses of wine before lunch and few along with it. It was so funny. Mrs. Pumphrey started sending a brandy. At that time, Mr. Harriet was not able to believe that Mrs. Pumphrey actually wanted them to give brandy to Tricky, so they shared it amongst themselves. Someday, Mr. Harriet used to feel very happy as he would start his day with extra eggs, then he would have a few glasses of wine in the afternoon and then ending the day with brandy in the evening. So because of all the things that were being sent for Tricky, Mr. Harriet was really tempted to keep him as a permanent guest of the surgery. He really wanted that Tricky should stay with them forever, but then he realized that Miss Pumphrey, who was like a mother to Tricky, was really suffering and really wanted Tricky to come back soon. After 15 days, Tricky was ready to go back home, and Mr. Harriet, he called Mrs. Pumphrey to come pick him up. So within few minutes, she was there in the surgery. When the chauffeur opened the door, Mrs. Pumphrey was sitting inside really nervous as well as excited too. She was asking with a nervousness in her voice that was Tricky really better, to which the doctor replied positively, "Yes, Mr. Harriet." "Yes, Mrs. Pumphrey." Then Mr. Harriet went inside the surgery to get Tricky. Mrs. Harriet went to the garden behind the house. He saw all the dogs moving around in the garden. Tricky was sitting between them. He had recovered wonderfully in 2 weeks. He was looking much healthier, playing with other dogs. He was happy. His chest was touching the ground, and he had become a muscular dog within 2 weeks. Mr. Harriet took Tricky to the front of the house. He saw that Chopper was still holding the door of the car. As soon as Tricky saw his mother, like mistress, he was overjoyed. He ran away and jumped into the lap of Mrs. Pumphrey, started licking her face, barking in the excitement. While all this was happening, the chauffeur and Mr. Harriet got all his stuff out to the car, which had not been used during the treatment in the last 14 days. Mrs. Pumphrey was leaving. She leaned out of the window and said to Mr. Harriet with tears of joy in her eyes that she could not thank him enough for what he had done. This is the triumph of surgery, meant that the treatment that was given to Tricky had been successful. So here on this happy note, our chapter is finished. The moral of the chapter, the story, is that anything, even food, if given more than it is required, will harm the body, will harm the person. But if in time you come into proper routine, that problem can be dissolved without any surgery. The theme of the story is about the blind love which we possesses for the one whom we love the most. Mrs. Pumphrey had no idea that her blind and extreme love for her dog Tricky took him to trouble. Excessive love made Tricky sick and became a reason for his illness. It can be concluded at the end, after reading the story, that excessive love can take the form of extreme consequences. I hope you all have understood the chapter, the message of the chapter clearly. So let's meet in our next session. Till then, take care of yourself. Bye bye. Have a good day.